down here in North Carolina, we're all just trying to get by as we can. And I always like to say this is the time of year where every night is just it just is a Phil Collins night. That's the only way to describe it. You guys are familiar with Phil Collins nights, right?
I mean,
tell us, Dave.
You hear it coming in the air tonight?
That's when you can see the pollen in the air tonight.
Oh
Lord!
Oh Lord!
Oh Lord!
I love a good allergy joke.
I'm allergic to your sense of humor.
I've always been allergic to bullshit.
That was the worst scene in iRobot. When Will Smith does that like really forced sneeze, and he's like, "I'm sorry, I'm just allergic to bullshit."
That's a Will Smith thing, though, isn't it?
I don't know. Someone needs to edit that into like. Man, I feel like that Aladdin movie is just gonna be nothing but like.
Woo!
Meme movie. I really do. I really think it's gonna be like memes left and right.
I don't know, but that clip from the live-action Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh Jesus Christ! You went there.
Yeah.
Too soon,
Dave. You're on fire tonight.
It was on fire. Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
Wait, are we still talking about Notre Dame?
Did you see the one where it was like, the Hunchback of Notre Dame is now known as the Hunchback of the nearby Holiday Inn.
Holiday Inn, yeah. I mean, he's got a squat somewhere.
Oh man! And this, can we rebound from that low note? Well, it's Thursday night. It's 9:00, and if you're here with us, that means you're watching Figure Action live on YouTube or listening later. I made an assumption about what you're doing, and that was bad on my part. But either way, you're listening to us. My name is Extra Zero, and joining me tonight is the usual cast of characters. This is episode 40, and just as a reminder, we won't be having a show next week. Taking a night off. No, we won't. Well, unless you want to. Do you want to? See, I mean, I'm going to be seeing Avengers Endgame.
Oh, right. I was going to. My babysitter bailed.
Take care. Never mind.
The babysitter?
I mean,
no, my wife will kill me.
That's like when you're like, I have important grill business at the office, and you just disappear for 3 hours.
Grill business.
We won't tell anyone. We won't tell anybody.
If I disappear for 3 hours and don't come back with ribs, I'm a dead man.
Just come back with a pack of cigarettes and be like, honey, I did it. I was the dad that left for a pack of smokes and actually came back.
Are you harboring some Whoa.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
My last name is Snow.
Good night.
Good night. Wow. So yeah, everybody out there. Do want to say thanks to everybody out there that's helped us reach 300 subscribers. Hopefully we can get that number a bit up. So make sure that if you like what you're doing, you hit that like button. If you're not already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to see when we put out content, because you may have noticed we're actually putting out a bit more content. Joe and True Starscreamer actually put out a video that was actually really good, unboxing and going over the new Overwatch figures that slipped on the shelves. We'll get to that topic later, but before we do, let's go down the panel and see how everybody's doing tonight, starting with the man himself, True Starscreamer.
How you doing, Zero?
I am doing very well. What is that in the top right and left? Is that for photography, or those?
Oh, those are actually those are actually my lights. Light, the laptop is in the light booth,
Nice.
So these are my LEDs.
Very cool. Very cool.
So I can say I can flip the switch and say, "Excuse me, son, where have you been driving tonight? Have you been drinking tonight?" No.
I have.
And is currently.
Mm-hmm.
It's a drinking episode, after all.
After all, yeah.
I have water.
True.
At least one of us is.
But yeah, I got beer. I smoked the most epic ribs I've ever cooked in my entire life this week.
Now, do you put those in rolling paper or? A pipe?
You know, it's funny you say it like that. I did actually. I totally changed it. I did what's called the 3-2-1 method for smoking ribs. So it was about 3 hours at 125 degrees on a vertical rack. Then after that was done, I then wrapped them in foil, poured in apple juice in there, put them in there for about another hour and a half, 2 hours at, again, 150, 200 degrees. Took them out then, put a glaze on that one, stuck them on there for another hour. Dude, those were amazing. It was
I like
worth all
to
the
keep
work.
my racks horizontal.
I like amazing racks.
Yeah.
I was sick of seeing those ribs because I didn't get to get any.
He could have mailed them to you. He's a jerk.
When you guys come over, I'll make ribs.
No, thank you.
Cool.
Well, he'll make some ribs.
He'll make-
Come down here, I'll make you epic ribs.
That sounds like a challenge.
Pack them in some dry ice.
I was just gonna
and
say.
ship 'em up here.
Yep. or bring them up with you.
And cook them
Yeah.
at 0 dose.
Yeah, I got a guest room.
Guess where the room is? I don't have enough.
Oh God! Oh God!
The distortion in that made it awkward. Yeah, moving right along. Joe, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you?
I am also doing very well.
Everyone's
You
very
guys-
concerned with how
does-
Jordan's
does-
doing this evening.
Does your wife know about Fantastic?
She's not here. She's working. She doesn't care how I'm feeling.
Oh, see, I thought Fantastic was an exotic dancer fantasy.
Ah, there you go.
There's a leap in logic there. I like that.
Secret. Next up, Parts for me. How are you
Does
doing?
Alexa know about Fantastic?
She knows about Fantastic Four.
That's all she needs to know.
I am doing great this evening, and I got to tell you, with Aladdin, my problem is not so much the genie as it is Jafar's voice.
Yeah, because he's just
You
like
mean him
regular.
not being epically awesome?
I feel like they could have at least, if they want to keep to that actor, they could have at least done a voiceover. Like,
Don't you think they immediately failed when they didn't cast
Aziz Ansari.
No,
he's got the same voice problem.
Ben Kingsley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Aziz Ansari should have been the freaking parrot. Now that I think about it.
Screw that. Gilbert Gottfried's still around, man.
yeah. Isn't that interesting that they got James Earl Jones to be Mufasa, but they didn't recast Gilbert Gottfried to be Iago?
I would be happy if Gilbert Gottfried showed up as like just some random street peddler in Agrabah. If he was just a throwaway cameo that Aladdin ran past during a chase, and he's like, I'm not even going to try to do the voice, but he says something in his voice as Aladdin goes running past. And then all of us in the audience in the know will shake our heads in agreement and then continue on with the rest of the movie.
Yeah, his
Back in
stand-up,
my
man.
day, I saw a real street rat.
That was 6-pack-a-day grandma, but I give you props
Yeah.
for trying.
What's the
I
guy's name that does Timon's voice?
Nathan Lane.
right? Yeah, he's still around, right?
I get Nathan Lane and Billy Crystal confused. I don't know why. I just do.
Who did
Wow.
they get for Timon and Pumbaa?
Different
Was it like
between them.
like
I don't know who people are.
the dude from
Seth-
Bobby
Seth-
Moynihan,
Seth Witchcom.
Seth Rogen?
I know Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I ain't sure if he's their voice, but that's the only person he can be in that movie to me. It's Pumbaa.
I'm gonna look that up real quick. T, how are you doing tonight, man?
I'm spectacularly awesome. I hope I'm not lagging or
Better than
something.
Fantastic. I got a one up.
Oh shit, Eric Andre is Aziz?
I'm painting.
You're painting them?
I didn't think he.
It's not focus. Focus.
What are you painting,
Yeah,
T-Man?
A thing that I bought that I can't talk about because we're not on halls yet.
Well, how about we flip this on its head? What did you get this week?
Yeah, know a segue when you hear it, man. Come on.
I got the Flames Toys model kit, IDW Optimus Prime, who I just took his chest and head off so I can draw on it.
Tease.
But this is what he looks like without his shirt on. No Matrix. I also acquired the Marvel Legends Corvus Glaive Loki 2-pack. I really like Corvus Glaive. And I don't think I got anything else. I've been sitting here trying to remember, but I've been to the store so many times and I haven't bought anything.
Yeah,
I did get Wii Fit Trainer, and I think Matt has like 2 things for me, or is it 1?
I have Meta Knight for you.
Yeah, and Joe has something. Or well, he will get something. Everything else I'm getting is on the way to me, and it's not here, and it's driving me up the wall. Because I paid for a lot of stuff a long time ago, and still don't own it yet.
That was back when I used to do business with GCI. That was how it was for me. It was like, I'd pay up front and then I'd wait, and I'd just have stuff show up.
Some people now are missing that second part.
Yeah, man, what a thing with that.
Which is not a shot to the guys trying to get it set straight. They're doing a great job. Just the original way of doing business.
I got a gold bug from them not too long ago, so I'm happy about that.
Well, you got it out of the clearance sale, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they actually had the inventory. Yeah, it was going with that. It sucks because I did quite a bit of business with Will. I'm glad that I never got involved with anything else. He wanted me to do T-shirts with him and invest money, and I'm very busy with work and a sick family member, and of course, getting this house was a big venture. Yeah, so I'm glad
you're already financing one girl.
I'm glad that I didn't get, tied up with that at all, because he had like ambitions about creating shirt designs and selling them, and I was like,
Is the website still up?
I believe it is. I believe that Lance and Jay, who are running it now, are taking everything over, and I don't know if they're planning on doing anything moving forward. I know they're still, it's like it's interesting how like the group seller bubble kind of burst. And there's still, just one out there. Well, there's a couple out there. There's East Coast Toys, and 215 still exists in a capacity.
Toyco,
yeah, but Toyco, I dropped out of because he got really aggressive about his pre-orders. And he also doesn't really sell lower than everybody else. Like, I'd rather go through Xavier Cal than Toyco.
Yeah, but they've got a good selling and buying group.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah. I'll give him the group is good, but ordering anything from Toyco, it was like he would get stuff late, and I would go to cancel the pre-order, and he'd be like, "Oh no, you're locked in." I'd be like, "No, I already bought it elsewhere." So I ended up just dropping out of that group because I had like 3. I got out of the Marvel Fig Arts, and I was like, I've got like 5 pre-orders to cancel. So
that sounds like Ami Ami.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my account with Ami Ami got locked, but it's okay. Since I moved, I can start a new account.
Let me ask you something. How many cancellations did you do with them?
With Toyco?
No. Ami.
2.
2?
I canceled Corden and I canceled Megatron. They suspended my account.
How close together was it?
Corden was the beginning of the summer. It was June, and then Megatron was April. So
wow.
Yeah, they suspended me over that.
I've got 4 cancels with them over the past 2 years, and they've never got more than the angry email from them.
Wow.
Shaking their finger. Like, you open up the email and actually a finger goes like this when you open the email. It's like a GIF, and it's like, don't you fucking do this again. And I did. I called their bluff.
I'm not going to pre-order anything with them anymore. I'm just going to buy, because it's like, what's the point with Amazon Japan there? Until Amazon Japan doesn't offer things.
Right, or starts costing ridiculous amounts of money to ship. But even then, like was it like $10 or $12 to ship from there, and they teleport that shit across the friggin' ocean,
like
man.
2 days. So Matt, what did you get this week?
Oh, let's see. See, I got 2 weeks worth of stuff here.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I don't think I had this before the last one where I got the Cosmos, the little New Age Cosmos, with the complimentary shot glass. But he's super cool, and my Jazz is on the way. Hopefully I'll get that tomorrow or Saturday. Probably Saturday, knowing my luck.
At least you don't have my luck.
0 luck.
0 luck.
Oh. Ow.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not gonna. Yeah, you do have some luck. It's not necessarily the best. Let me see. I got my BBTS finally. Was like, oh, did you order something? There's my great Saiyaman.
Oh, did I miss my halls?
You haven't been called yet.
Yeah, your number hasn't come up, sir.
Oh.
Hold your horses.
So I got him. He's really cool. He's definitely worth the money. I think I've talked before. Some figure art releases aren't worth the money, and others well worth it. This dude is definitely well worth it. So let me see. And then, so we were talking earlier before the show went live about like how I'm a cheap ass and like sometimes purchases in stores. I'll agonize over a $20 purchase in the store. But then I turned around like a few weeks ago and just dropped the money for both Skywarp and Thundercracker from Make Toys. And I haven't regretted it one bit because these things are awesome. And yeah, I know I'm behind everybody else, but good times, man. I love these
Yours
things.
didn't fall apart.
No, they didn't. And I all the pieces on the nose cone, but that's everybody's.
No, the nose cone doesn't fall off the new one.
But you know what, though? Having messed with these guys, like, I want that point of failure. I don't think I want to be able to wrench that joint with the clip all the way around. I like that it fails and pops off easy.
No, but I mean, like, it doesn't pop off easily. It's got more tension. It's just everything else, like the chest popped apart.
No, but I'm saying that little armature there, though, is really tiny. And, like, I don't want that as being a point of failure if something were to happen. You know, I'd rather it pop off and me have to just plug it back on. I don't know. But yeah, I checked all the places on yours when yours fell apart. I did kind of test on these thinking, oh, crap, let me make sure. And they're solid.
You would have known because like when I got mine, there was like a rattle in the box. I was like, what the hell is that? And I took the plane out and it was like rattling, and I'm like, yeah, that doesn't sound right.
The only QC issue I had was on my Skywarp. The purple hands, his pointer finger the pin didn't go all the way through, so it's kind of janky. But you
need a center punch.
Maybe.
I got a center punch. Just bring him to the bar when I see you.
Alrighty.
The center punch.
And the only other little thing I picked up was today. I got there's a new Star Wars novel coming out in a few months, and this is the companion series. So I picked up Star Wars TIE Fighter, which goes with it, which is pretty good so far. So, that's me. That's all I bought.
Joe, how about you?
I got a few things. I'm gonna go real quick here. I got Rodan. I don't know if I showed this last week. I think I forgot. The Harley Quinn DC pack.
Oh yeah, I think you did.
I was able to find a decent deal on the eBays for the Batman.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
But do you have Joker?
I can find the Joker for like, I got this for $45.
Dude, come to Baltimore Comic Con this year because they always have him.
People are selling a Joker for like $150, and I'm not.
I saw him for $45 at Baltimore Comic Con.
I got a Buster Stealthwing #2 from Mr. Parks Former, and a reformatted Azalea.
That's where these came from.
That's right. And I got a couple Mezcos here.
Ooh.
I got the original Deathstroke.
That must have set you back.
And I wasn't. No, I actually I bought these from the same dude, so I got like a kind of a combo deal.
Oh, nice.
So you can do the math however you want, right? To justify things. That's usually what I do. And then I'll usually like drop some zeros off the end and tell my wife I only paid like $20 or something like that. But, Space Ghost.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's out of left field.
That's actually what I really wanted. I wanted Space Ghost. So I was like, you know what?
Can you bring that to the bar?
I will bring it. The joints
Nice.
on this one are on the lower end of the Mezco, but it's freaking Space Ghost.
Yeah, you need like a flight stand for that.
This is the glow in the dark one.
He doesn't need a flight stand. He needs someone to 3D print him a desk.
Yes, I need. I want a desk, and I just want to
Actually
pose him into different that's interesting. Mm-hmm.
we could probably make the set. That wouldn't be hard because all you need is like foam board.
The only downside to this glow in the dark one is all the effects kind of look like splooge.
Sure.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So, but
you can have fun with that. You can borrow my Reveltech Woody and. Yeah, where is that son of a bitch? I need to break him out of the tote that he's in.
You gotta have him in the creepy perv, and just hide him in various parts of the house, looking around the corner, and then just.
Yeah.
What was the name of the green dude that was with him at the desk? Zorak.
Zorak.
Yeah.
Zorak.
They need a companion Zorak to go with it.
Oh, and glow in the dark splooge color too. Hold on.
You are an idiot.
I'm trying to grab my splooge. Here we go. There he is.
I don't know what that means. Nice.
Stupid monkey.
I think that's it.
Rhino.
Is that it? I'm pretty sure it is.
True Star Screamer. How about you?
Well, of course, the big purchase, if you guys had been paying attention to our, if you hit that notification bell, you would have known that I had gotten my hands on not one, but both of the Overwatch 2 packs. So, Pharah, Soldier 76, Mercy, and, yeah, Ana. God, I hate that figure. Dude, seriously, of all the figures, Ana is the biggest disappointment of all of them. But I digress. I got her. I got them. I also got Think Geek, the Avengers, the 2-pack. That's a GameStop Think Geek exclusive of Supreme Hydra and Aram Zola. I am very much looking forward to photographing these. I was about to unbox this, but then I got a box today from my favorite independent toy retailer, which is Toy Ninja. Shout out to Robbie Sanchez, even though I know he doesn't watch this show. And I got my Reveltech Gambit.
Nice. I know you've been waiting on that.
Oh, yes. So I think I've got some QC issues with mine, though, all with the right arm. Because the shoulder pad on his jacket keeps popping out. And the entire right side keeps popping out.
Does his face stay on for you?
No.
Not when I put him near Optimus Prime. Because he always tries to take his face.
Yep. The face is a universal problem.
Yeah,
Every
that's why
review I watch.
The face is rough, but it's not as bad as Psylocke.
Yeah, Psylocke was... Yeah, agreed. I have Psylocke.
Psylocke's face, man, you'll find her falling into everybody's lap. It drives me nuts.
My other figures don't.
And has me a little bit jealous too. That's for different reasons. But yeah, that's my. I have not spotted the Lightning series down here in North Carolina.
Oh, I saw him.
As did I.
Did they let you take them?
No, I just wanted Tommy. I just wanted the White Ranger, and they would not let me buy him.
I want Tommy and I want Zed because I think Zed will look really good on a throne.
They didn't have Zed at the store. They had the furry one, and then they had the Dino Charge one, which I have no connection to. But I will say that the White Ranger looked better than the Fig Arts, and I have that. I have the Fig Arts releases, and
you're talking about no connection with the Shadow Ranger. He's from SPD or Deca Ranger. I will say, if you actually see what he does, if you ever watch any of the Japanese stuff, or even just the clip, that particular Ranger for a 6th Ranger is actually pretty freaking cool. You can find
the number on his chest.
Yes, and that number means something because you could actually find videos of him online where he takes down 100 mooks, of the little faceless minions.
Oh,
and it looks really cool because he sits there. Well, it's whatever for this SPD version of the Putty Patrol is.
Gotcha.
But he's sitting there, and as he's doing that, you see the little countdown going down, like from 1 to 100. It's one of the better choreographed fight scenes that they use for stock footage.
Fair enough.
It's a cool. He is a cool character.
So,
but that is my haul, and I'll probably be messing with Gambit, which I'm still like I love and I hate this guy at the same time.
That's Reveltech, man.
Did you cut out the cards?
I did not cut out the cards. I actually found a site that had printable 1/12 scale cards.
You know what you gotta do? Get them printed at Walgreens.
I just got some card stock, and I said,
if you got card stock, Walgreens just does like these really nice prints on like it's like playing card quality. It's like that's what I use to get your face. Where is your face? Here it is. You were conceived at Walgreens.
That's a story for the kids.
My whole life has been a lie. I was told it was Rite Aid.
Oh, no, you weren't so lucky. It was Walgreens. As for me, for anybody wondering about my face, I got a new razor. I bought one of the Philips One Blades. I'd been eyeballing those for a while, and it's a great razor. But I was trying to shape my beard, and it had the combs, and it actually sucked out like this part of my face, and I had a big bald patch right here, and so the whole beard had to go. So yeah, I'm just trying to get used to not having a beard right now.
Better that happened to you in the springtime than happening in the winter time.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm born in January, so I did the whole clean shaven thing on January 31st. I woke up, I went to work the next day, and I was just like, first cold breeze was like, oh God, that's what that feels like.
The worst part is like my hair was pretty long, so like after it happened, I went downstairs and I looked like Shaggy from Scooby Doo. Yeah, like I had bangs and everything, and I was like, this doesn't look right. So I had to go to I had to go get my hair cut the next day, and it was the funniest thing was the dog. Like she's 11 months old almost. I don't think she's ever seen me without a beard. So she did like a double take, and she like ran and jumped up on my lap and like licked my face and was unsure about it.
Hello, stranger. I love you.
Licking your face?
And how did Alexa respond?
Oh, okay.
No.
This whole episode, I've been wondering who the heck you were.
Jesus Christ. No, Lex was like, you really put that razor to use, huh?
So she didn't lick your face?
No, she didn't lick my face.
Are you plugging Harry's razors or Dollar Shave Club?
No. Like so I got the Philips One Blade, it's like a hybrid electric razor. Amazon's got it on sale right now for $35, and then there's a $5 coupon. It normally sells. You go in Target or Walmart, it's like a $60 razor.
Are we getting
Is there a link in the description with your name in it?
I can add a link in the description.
I would love to buy one of those razors, and I would enjoy a nice cold twisted tea while I was shaving.
Holy shit, we've been infiltrated.
As I get my figures from Toy Ninja.
Holy
Trusted
shit! We got our special guest.
Oh my God, we found the rest of your beard. There it is.
I know. I donated it to this man.
You look like you're 13 years old.
I know, right?
So we only have him on for 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, so around 30 minutes could mean 3 hours.
That is true. That's true.
So,
well, let's last how long Extra Zero looks. So it'll be 13 minutes.
God.
So he's only 13.
13 minutes.
How long have one of those episodes gone, Deluxe?
My longest?
Yeah.
And it wasn't 0.
It's not the size, man. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
I've done one I did one by myself. I think it was like over like 2 hours. But with the guest,
Oh, that's nice stamina.
it was a little over an hour. I think hour 20, something like that. I have to go back and look, but I've had a couple over an hour.
I know the Robert D one was pretty long.
Just drink some water.
Pretty much, yeah. There's been quite a few that we've got on an hour, and that's just because they're interesting. We just start talking.
Which is why 0 is 13 minutes.
Damn.
But
I went longer than that.
I've had zero on a few times. I've had zero on. Well, I don't count what we're doing now around 30 minutes. This is like a let's talk about Transformers kind of thing. It's a different segment. Sorry about that. Y'all go on. I didn't mean to interrupt everybody. So.
Well, I'll get through my hauls real quick. Next thing I got was this is my big thing for the week. I've wanted this thing for a minute. This is the X2 Toys big computer. I'm glad I got it on sale because it is not worth the asking price. It's a neat display piece. I have a tablet in there. It's not charged up. I'm waiting on the repro labels, and I'm going to pop it up on the shelf. But
that's really cool looking.
Paint those.
It
buttons.
is.
Explore. Explore.
The only thing it's got on here is like the reanimation scanner and the satellite, and this thing's like ratcheted. So I mean, it's going to look good up on the shelf. But there's no way I was going to pay that original asking price for it.
What was the original asking price?
Oh man, I want to say it was like $180.
Is that a little antenna dish thing on like a Tamashi arm or something?
No, it comes with that. It comes with that. It actually comes with
Does it come off?
2 of them. Oh yeah, it comes off.
Okay.
Yeah, it pops off of there.
I still have to say, Teletrend 1, worst programmed interface ever if it can't recognize between an Autobot and a Decepticon.
It's like Sherlock Holmes with floppy disks. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, you think the first thing it would have reformatted and scanned would have been an Autobot. It's not like they have like a symbol that it could have detected.
And then next thing I got is I went to Walgreens today. There's a 20% off coupon, and I used T-Man's phone number, and the lady looked at me and was very skeptical that my name was Tavari.
Oh, that's right.
I gave my phone number, and she's like,
started talking like this.
no, she like looked at it, and she's like,
that was racist.
she was like, are you a Barcelona World member? And I was like, yeah, let me give you my phone number. And she goes,
Did you
okay,
say,
she's like, okay, Mr. Rice. And I was like, yes.
Mr. Rice.
And there was also I got and like on Thursdays there's like that double discount. So I got this insanely cheap for just a little over $20. So I'm looking forward to it. The cool thing is too is like I think he's gonna be go with my MMC stuff because they never made a Prime. And last but certainly not least, friend of the show Winston and I met up last Saturday and we did a trade. I got rid of some Marvel Legends. And he got me some NECA Turtles. So I've got the Shredder and Foot Soldier, and I've got Mikey and Leo.
Oh, son of a...
Wow.
How cool are they?
Yeah.
They're very cool. They're very cool, and I'm glad to have the Shredder because if I can't complete the set, then he at least goes with my Big Arts Turtles.
That's a good dude, man. Winston's a good dude.
He's a very good dude. So,
I think it's cool that Shredder is like sculpted underneath of his rubbery shirt.
Yeah, man. And then like if you look, he's actually got a chin. It's not just it's like
I have 2 chins.
But you keep them concealed. And we dig you for that.
That's why I miss my beard already.
I'm working on my second chin.
So while we got you here, Deluxe, let's talk about your show. You got a new show on your channel, and let's talk about Transformers Live.
I'll be right back. I'm sorry, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Well,
let's not talk about his show.
He's like, screw y'all.
Well, at least you're still there, sort of.
the timing of police.
Was that Harley Quinn in the giant fish outfit?
That is.
Very nice.
I think
That's
he
what every
just doesn't like
display
sticking
needs.
on this show.
Well, we'll get into a topic that I know he's going to want to talk about. And first and foremost, we had 2 folks that are related to Moss Toys on the show. We had Cassie Stark and we had Spence on the show. And there's a lot of news out there that Moss Toys may be folding, and it's unfortunate because they had that license with Harmony Gold. They had a lot of stuff coming out. I know the Unrustables isn't technically Moss, but they had the Kickstarter for the Tetra Jets. last we had Cassie on the show, he was really gearing up for the comic for Unrustables and getting those in comic shops. And unfortunately, we're hearing that Moss Toys may be folding, and Spence is kind of nowhere to be found. It's really a worst case scenario. I don't have any way of putting it any better. I wanted to do a roundtable and discuss it. Matt, I know you actually went in on the Kickstarter. I think Deluxe did as well. Did you go in on all three or just Starscream?
So, who are you talking to, man? Come on.
You went in on Starscream.
I just went on Starscream. So I'm in on the Starscream and the comic too, the Unrustable comic.
Yeah.
And I should clarify that none of this is like set in stone. As far as they're concerned, last we've heard from Spence was the interview on another podcast, and I would shout them out if I can remember which one. I'll look it up here in a few minutes. Where he claims that they're still on track, it's just a longer time frame. So we don't know any of this for sure about folding or not happening, but if you look at the writing on the wall, it's not good. Because he says during the interview that they're out of money for the Renegades and that they're going to have to use other products to try to fund what's already been paid for. So that's kind of not good. And then, yeah, so I was in on the Starscream in the comic, and like I said, there's not really been any updates since, I want to say October, officially, besides this interview. And it just seems like a bad deal all around. I know they had some bad dealings, factory stuff happened, I don't know. It's going to be kind of dicey here. And then for a company that was so good with communication for the length of their existence, since they started producing, they've been on TFW and very vocal. Spence just straight up swore off TFW, said he's never going on again. He's not responding to anybody on there again. And they've been sort of silent when it came to updates, as far as I've seen. It's just not a good. It doesn't send a good message. Look. Even if you're on the mend, that's still not the best way to go about, rallying the masses to your cause.
I just opened up a PayPal claim to get my money back for Starscream.
Okay, you were just in on Starscream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Originally, I was going to go in on all three, and I had this weird gut feeling.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, and I switched. Instead of going to the crowdfunding, I switched mine over. I just never committed to it, and I went right to because you signed up for the Kickstarter before you actually paid. I just got this weird gut feeling, and I switched it over to BBTS.
Now, did your order get canceled, or is it still there?
It just got canceled.
Yeah. Okay. Everything I think they canceled everything with Moss Toys.
Damn.
Yeah. BBTS did.
Yeah, because as soon as a few weeks ago, everything was still up for pre-order. You could still go pre-order the Renegades.
Yeah.
And then just yesterday, or maybe it was this morning, I looked and saw that everything was marked as sold out.
They said they cut ties with Moss Toys and everything. So
okay.
I opened up a claim yesterday. They're supposed to. They sent the email up to Moss Toys, so I'm supposed to wait to hear back from them. If I don't hear anything back by May 7th, I can, I guess, hopefully get my money back within that. So.
And that's through PayPal?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did mine through PayPal.
Buddy of mine, he went in on the comic books, and he's ticked.
Oh, they have comic books?
Yeah, they're doing a Rustable comic books.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay, yeah, it's a shame. So, but you live and learn, and hopefully, if people, use PayPal, they're protected and everything, and I'm sure they're gonna get a flood of people, trying to get their money back.
Well, the thing about PayPal is that there's a length of time that PayPal will,
Yeah, it's 180 days.
Yeah. So hopefully folks are successful with that. And I know that if you're not successful through PayPal, if you did PayPal credit, that's one thing. But if you PayPal via another card, go to your card issuer and start there.
Oh yeah.
If you need to. But however, it's I personally sent an email to Moss Toys 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I haven't heard a response, and I know that seems to be par for the course for most everybody else as well.
They should do right anyways and send refund everybody's money. I mean, I think that's a lot of money. They can get in trouble. I mean, as much money as I'm sure they collected, I'm sure I guess they can get in trouble. I don't know for sure, but
It reminds me a lot, and I don't know if anybody in the chat has anything to contribute to this one, but it reminds me a lot of like when you have a reputable Chinese eBay seller, and they, it's like, oh, this guy's great, the seller's great, and they sell figures cheap, and then all of a sudden, like they up and leave, and people are getting, mailed like little keychains and shit,
Right.
and it reminds me of that, and it just kind of seems like, like Spence was reputable. I know he had time with A3U. I know Alex and Boris.
A3U.
He was A3U for a while, and I know Alex and Boris won't comment on any of his dealings. I'd like to, now that all this is out in the open, I'd kind of like to see what they have to say about it, if they can say anything about it.
Right.
And
I think crap happens. Like this dude on TFW, he was like a major popular member. He was like selling all of his stuff. Then next thing you know, he vanished off the face of the earth. And a lot of people was complaining that they never got their stuff.
I know a guy like that way back in the day named Dan. Yeah.
I know the thing that kind of didn't sit well. I mean, none of it sits well, but the thing that really I didn't like with the interview with Spence was that, and again, we don't know what they're thinking or what the actual behind the scenes crap is, but when he had mentioned that, to paraphrase, he said, "You guys didn't do a pre-order; it was a support of the crowdfund. That they see it as a difference. That you're not pre-ordering a product; you're throwing in support for the project." And that doesn't sit well with me when he turns around and says, "This is how it is now," like that, or that's how it's always been. I don't know, that it's not the best way to approach it.
That's not how Kickstarter works. Kickstarter is you put money in.
So there's Kickstarter, and then there's like Indiegogo, right?
Right.
And they all have, so like they're, in the video game scene, right? There's been a lot of like the Coleco Chameleon's probably the most famous one as of late, where on Indiegogo you don't need a working prototype, and you don't really have any obligations to refund money in the event that the project isn't successful. So a lot of people will avoid Indiegogo altogether. So when you see someone go to Indiegogo, it's kind of a red flag. Whereas even in the toy community, they should have gone with an actual legitimate Kickstarter. And this was not that. This was all through their site.
Oh,
so, yeah.
That's different.
Yes. Yeah, you actually went on Moss Toys website and actually ordered a figure through them. And then your receipt from the website is actually for that figure. So I kind of call bullshit when they say that you're supporting the crowdfund and not a figure. When I get an email that says you have ordered one Renegade or whatever it says.
Right.
Did even the Hasbro with the Spaceballs, that was through Kickstarter?
No, that was through HasLab, wasn't it?
That was through HasLab?
Well, they called it a Kickstarter, but
it was their own doing.
Yeah. But with Hasbro, I mean, they're reputable enough that, it's...
They've got the capital to back it up.
Hasbro is, but yeah.
Hell Hasbro.
I know. No.
My experience with the mods is those Tetrajet robots. I got my itch scratched with the Make Toy Seeker, so I had no interest in them anyway. And I'm too cheap to buy the Unrustables.
The Unrustables.
Pop some champagne or something? What was that?
Sounded like it.
It's a party over here.
Somebody's having a secret party. Might have been my water bottle, actually.
Was it? I don't know.
Unrustables are a great figure.
Sourcing or what do they call it? I don't do that shit. Put out something, tell me the price. It's going to ship in 3 months. That's it.
What's sad is like now a lot of people are saying that the Supermax by MMC, that they're blaming the whole fallout of what went on with Moss Toys on the failure of that project. And to be honest, like, yeah, I'd say it was probably a big contributor, but I don't blame anyone for not wanting to do another Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And not to mention the fact that, that would have been a big figure, but they should have shown off the potential repaints, engaged interest better. And I don't think it would have necessarily broken the company if they did that figure. I mean, Warden by Perfect Effects is a good figure, but it's dated. And I don't think that it was that risky of a venture for MMC. Honestly, I think their Galaxy Convoy that looks nothing like Galaxy Convoy is a riskier venture.
My biggest, I was with the Articulated Icons Kickstarter. I enjoyed that, and I got myself 2 figures and a bonus pack. Put my money in. They were good on communication. I got my stuff. I'm just, and the Kickstarter's done well. You can back them up. There's a couple others for generic bodies right now for army builders. I'm just afraid, this is going to do a lot of harm to the toy community.
No, I think you're right. I think you're right, Dave. I think it's going to do a lot of harm because now, especially in the Transformers community, there are a lot of projects that I think third parties want to do, and things that are actually risky. And I say Supermax wasn't risky, but they were saying it was.
I can understand with MMC.
Yes.
Because they've got burned on a number of molds. Like their Inferno mold. Mm-hmm. They got hosed on that.
Pun intended.
Well, okay, that was actually no pun intended on them. But their Inferno, their Grapple, they got, because they put out theirs, and all of a sudden the Make Toys one came out, and then the actual Hasbro came out. I think with their Insecticons, they sat on that. They finally came out, and they're already on closeout.
Well, part of the problem was they should have waited. They should have waited a little bit. Yeah, they sat on it a little bit, but they should have waited a little bit, and they should have refined it. Now Fans Toys has dried up. There's an open market for it that they just didn't take advantage of.
Well, I mean, I still think the Bad Cube ones are still my favorites, but I digress. I can understand why MMC would be wanting to go with this. Honestly, this boutique method. I like, when Hasbro, just because of the Hasbro studio with the barge, I think that was a great idea. Listen, if you guys want it, you guys back it. We know you're committed, and you will get it. It's kind of the same thing, It almost happened with Make Toys with Galaxy Meteor.
Yeah.
That actually got shelved.
Yeah, and those repaints never happened.
And then So I think the Kickstarter approach is a good idea, and I understand why a toy maker is going to do it. And then by Moss Toys, by having this BS happen, we're going to lose a lot of good stuff that we could be getting. The direct buy, I think, is a solid method if we can get it when it's reputable. And we had Spence here. We were all excited when we heard the Robotech. My eyes went to the size of plates.
Because they were doing stuff that typically wasn't being done for the Harmony Gold license, and that was.
And it was the fact of a third-party indie company was technically making it to the big times by going with Harmony Gold.
Yeah.
Because this affected Harmony Gold. This affected the Robotech franchise now as well. Harmony Gold now is not going to be trusting people with their products now. This has a lot of repercussions. Now, I know you mentioned Cassie Sark at the beginning of this. I think he is more of a victim on this.
Oh, he absolutely is.
Because Cassie Sark's a hired gun. He's worked for Keith. He's worked for a little bit of everybody. He is, all of X-Transbot's top designs were all done by him. And the Mayhem Mechanics, that was his baby. And they just stomped this baby's head. Yeah,
because by all accounts, and you have one too, right? The Unrustable, the bikes are really good.
I got 3 of them.
Yeah.
I got one Spectre, I've got one of the Unrustables, and I got Otomo. Which, I mean, I was excited for that project to keep on going through. It's had a very good buddy of mine, Matt. He was excited just for the comic. He thought it was, by having him on there, he was sold completely on that. The story potential. This is affecting the Transformers community. I know this is going to sound hyperbole, but I don't think it is. This is going to affect the Transformer community almost as much as Dreamwave screwing up back in the day with the comics.
Yeah.
Of just up and disappearing, and Spence is going to be going right up there with Pat Lee as despicable people in the fandom. And it was sad because he was up there, like you said. The hell was that?
That sounded like a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My little dinger. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. I was just like, wow, it really sounded like a car.
No.
Who's driving somewhere?
Was that my time limit speech? I'm sorry. And I'd like to thank the Academy, and I'd like to thank my producer, and thanks for seeing my movie. Bye.
Yeah, Nate has a good point too. Like I had gone in on the Renegade at the time, right at the same time that Make Toys Sunstorm went on for crowdfunding. I made my choice and I made it poorly.
Jesus Christ.
What's that?
Make Toys in that damn Sunstorm. That took forever. It's still not done.
Yeah, but at least they have they have in-box shots of it.
And then we're maybe going to do this, and then, hey, it's okay, we know it's going to be yellow. Would you want this yellow, or this yellow? Let's wait 3 months while you decide. So sometime in 2020, 2021, that'll come out.
That's like any Fans Toys release, though.
You waited how long for Hooligan?
Mezco's got fucking Green Lanterns on pre-order right now, and they're not coming out until
2021.
Yes, 2021. It's like, hey, maybe sometime in the next 3 years we're gonna put this out. Let's buy it now.
The best part of that is that Deluxe was joking, and that's the real date.
That is the real date.
I thought he knew. I thought he was in the know.
No, I don't know.
You sounded like it. You sound like you were full of authority.
I ain't keeping up with that Green Lantern stuff going on.
And right after Green Lantern Blade 2.0 comes out, but fortunately T-Man has him on pre-order already too.
They really showed that?
No.
No, go back to painting.
Okay.
Spider-Man is watching and judging you.
He's always judging.
Where the
He's like, I share this bedroom with this man, and that ain't webbing.
He just wants to make sure that when he does something with great power, that is doing it responsibly.
Oh, he ain't doing anything responsibly.
How many monster bots you got over there?
Enough for the party.
I don't know what that answer means, but I like it.
Are the ratchets getting to you? Because they're quite ratchety.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
As long as I don't hear anything clank, I'll be all right.
They're pretty good.
Ratchet and Clank. I get that.
Dude, PlayStation jokes. See, you Nintendo kids aren't the only ones who can do that.
Looks like Dave has grandpa ears. Like, who's making all that racket?
Here, I'll set this one aside. So I'm going to be curious. It's going to be curious to see how this whole situation goes. Whether people are going to get their money back or not. I'm hoping that they do. But yeah, I'd really like to see if we can get Cassie back on the show and get his opinion. Get some insight on what's going on, whether this has impacted him as a designer or not, whether it's impacted his trust in people or not. It's going to be really interesting to see how this all pans out. But I agree with you, Dave. I don't think it's ultimately going to be good for the community. And I think that a lot of people feel burned and a lot of trust is going out the window.
Just imagine if it would have been a bigger company. Moss Toys not that big. Just imagine if Make Toys would have done this, or if
imagine if Fans Toys did it.
Well,
I don't think Fans Toys will have to do that. We'll ever have to do that. But,
when we had Spence on, he made Mass Toys sound like it was a larger company than what we thought it was.
Well, that's his job, though. That he was the media man. He was the community man. One of the roles he played. So that's what he was supposed to do.
I know.
He was upselling, and he did a good job of it.
Probably like 3 people, right?
Do what?
It's probably small, like 3 people, like a small handful of people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of these companies aren't much more than that.
Because you think about it, they contract designers and artists and shit like that, and then they send the plans over to these Chinese factories, and they're not mass-produced employees.
Right.
So you really don't need that. Man. You have Spence, and maybe there's only two people, Spence and some guy telling Spence what to do.
Well, isn't like Bad Cube like a Tupperware company or something, and then like Lewin Resources is a mining company?
They make combs.
Bagcube isn't anything right now. Nobody's heard shit from them, have they?
They put something out a couple of days ago. Something like, I think they said that we're still alive, but I don't know if that was really true or not.
Right.
Their independent Transformer line didn't quite.
That cat. Well, when you start off with Huffer, what the fuck do you expect? Who the fuck gives a shit about Huffer?
Yeah.
Huffer doesn't either. Never mind.
I'm about to say, Bad Cube started with Huffer. That was Cubex way back.
Yeah, I know they started with Huffer, but I'm
Huffer.
just saying, if you're gonna do like we're gonna start this independent Transformers design, you're gonna start with Huffer. Come on, that's like fucking like, oh, we're gonna do original Marvel character designs, but we're gonna start off with Puck. Or
exactly. That's good enough, because I bet like 3 people don't know who Puck is.
Yeah.
That's why I stayed quiet.
Oh, Alpha Flight. It could have been so much more.
Yeah.
Oh, I know who Alpha Flight is as a group. I just don't know.
What if they started with Skids?
Even then, it's like who
Skids has got a bit of a following for some reason.
If you're doing IDW Skids, fine, sure.
Yeah.
But if they're gonna do, anything else, it's like really, like nobody gives a shit about Huffer.
No one gives a fuck.
Smash that like button if you don't give a fuck about Huffer. Like if you're gonna hear me out. If you're gonna do an original Transformers design, you want to do like your own thing. Start out with somebody like Soundwave. Start out with like somebody like Blaster. You don't have to do Optimus Prime. Do like an original Sideswipe. Do an original Shockwave. Like
They
MMC
had a
did
lot
that.
of good designs in those books.
Do
I don't know why.
Do Hound. Hound's like you could make a really, really fucking cool Hound if you did one that was like a hybrid of the movie design and G1. Like you didn't make him look like John Goodman, but you made him like armed like John Goodman.
But did that Huffer design come from the booklet? You know how they have those hybrid, stylized designs?
Yeah, they did those. They did a whole book of stylized designs. Yeah, but it's still, you don't have to do Huffer. You could
Maybe
do
they should have crowdsourced it first to see if there was interest.
Zing.
It looked kind of cool, but then when I saw the review, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
There was no substance to it.
Yeah.
And it was
all backpack. I mean, come on, man. Like, do a Seeker. Do something that you can repaint at least. Just don't do Huffer.
Wow, I mean, not even do a Seeker, because you've already got you got the MP ones, you got the Make Toys.
Yeah.
Do something like do the deluxe Insecticons.
That worked so well for the band's project.
I like the ones, but that was that's like what, 10 years ago. Come on now,
What about Runabout and Runamuck? People want those two like fucking bad.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Counterpunch. They could have done a punch.
Yeah.
I mean, there are characters out there that people want, and not just, I give them props for trying, trying to do their own little thing and everything. It just didn't work out and everything. But, they could have put out some other stuff and everything. It's just, man, Batcube their transformations were just trash. I mean, golly, was just, I mean, their Huffer was really good. I like Huffer. He's still good.
How about War Dog?
War Dog was.
I don't know. I could sit and watch old Bobby smash his head on his display booth over and over again.
Yeah. People transformed that one time and said, "Yep."
I still think his finest moment was the TFC detective.
True.
Oh, the Hound.
Yeah.
I watched somebody else review that, and they were breaking it apart left and right.
I think it was Brave.
Yeah, Brave. Holy moly.
That was the same factory that G2 Seco came from.
I still haven't opened mine yet. He's still in the package.
I would open it up just to make sure he's good.
Oh, he'll be fine. He's all right.
Well, you actually have luck. You actually have luck.
Oh, just because you got a bad one don't mean they're all bad.
No, it doesn't mean they're all bad. I'm just saying.
I'm in there, child. Come on, child.
Hey,
you look young. Okay.
I know. I do. It's
Would
funny.
you
The
let us know if
conversation.
you actually dropped it on the floor, Zero?
Yes, I wouldn't let you know. I had the package on my lap, and of course, then I get comments like, "Oh, every time Zero shows me anything anymore, so you see his damn lap."
I mean, if that wouldn't have happened from a drop, that would have happened from the spike. Like you had to spike that shit on concrete to get it to go
Right.
to bed.
I wasn't about to like put poor Nate through. Like Nate. What's up with this packaging, Nate?
Come on, Nate.
Because he did a damn good job packaging it, and I felt bad. I was just like, but this figure's fucking broke.
Nate, you mishandled
he
my
might touch
package.
it up. He probably had like
Nate.
5 layers of bubble wrap.
He had 6 layers. And he had he just had like bags upon bags. I mean, it was done really well.
Don't make excuses for me.
After you open the box, you're like, wait, this is the only thing in there?
Right, yeah. Now I had to search for stuff in there, and that's funny. It's like it's like then there's that whole penguin story. How the one he got the winning penguin from TFCon LA, but never claimed it.
Yeah,
And that penguin finds its way to me, of all people.
but you got a silver penguin now.
I do have a silver penguin, and that was the funny thing is MMC was just like, well, just think about it. We won't give you a free transformer because we have no way of verifying that this is the real article. But hey, think about it. You're like one of the few people that actually has a silver penguin.
Yeah. Put that on eBay.
Still special.
$5.99.
No, I'm not gonna put it on eBay. I'm gonna keep it because it's like it is like one thing that I don't have from MMZ is a damn silver penguin.
Yeah, you got everything.
Yeah, you do.
Now I do, yeah, but
Yeah, you buy everything else from them, though.
I do.
Speaking of that, Matty Baldwin, are you coming to TFCon? Rested?
Yeah, I plan on it.
Oh, really?
We got we have our room set aside. We got one of the rooms on the blocks, and we're gonna get our hotel. Oh, I'm sorry, we're gonna get our flights hopefully soon too. So, yes, me and my wife will be up in Reston because it's
Awesome.
a really nice area.
Awesome. Looking forward to.
Is everybody else going?
Yeah,
Yay! T-Man's gonna be there.
T-Man will be there.
Pending.
Oh my!
None of this pending shit. I'm gonna roll up to your house.
We may have to kidnap you, but you're going.
Andy, you got time to go to these little meetups all the time, but you can't make time to go to TFCon?
You going to
Oh,
Barnes and
no.
Noble 6 times a day. Come on,
I
man.
know,
You can make it.
man.
No,
Come on.
I'll go because y'all forcing me. Even if I don't have the money to buy anything while I'm up there.
His own personal hell.
You can everything that you see at TFCon, you can find online, man. Just go for the for the friends and stuff, man. Don't go for the transport.
What we need is like Kevin to roll up to his house like all Kevin Hart style. Like, T-Man, get in the car.
He'll go. How far are you from Reston, T-Man?
Probably 2 hours, or how long does it take for y'all to get there?
It's like a 90-minute drive.
I was going to say it's
you're
2 hours
going.
for me, I think.
You're going. No, I don't want to hear any of that bull crap. I'm gonna try. Get out of here with that mess. You're going. Yeah. That's cool. Joe, you going?
I'm going.
Oh man, I get to rub your ball head.
Yeah. I think this time though we're gonna fly because last time we drove to Chicago. And I think PTSD from that drive, so I think we might.
Shit, it'd take you longer to get to to there from Dulles.
Yeah, we're gonna
actually just drive.
You're flying to BWI.
We'll fly into probably DC or something.
Yeah.
Well, the plane will just do a loop on the track.
The tarmac.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one, man. I think the last wrestling was the most that they've ever had in attendance for a TFCon. I think it's
Yeah, that shit was packed, man. That was good times.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be bigger this time, and I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm really glad they announced it because a lot of people are so mad.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Blah.
it's funny that they teased everybody like they weren't gonna do it.
Yeah. Oh, they knew they was. Yeah, they knew. But yeah, they were like, no, we're not gonna have another one. Yeah, you will. Y'all can run 2 shows. Y'all know damn well you can do 2 shows.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. So what else? What's on the agenda for tonight, y'all? What are y'all
we do want to talk about your new show on your channel. Let's discuss.
Oh, I might be going too. Thanks for asking.
Oh, yeah, you going? Well, you're not very far too. You're in the Carolinas, so.
I was just waiting for him to ask me, man. I see where I stand.
Oh man, I know you was coming anyways. I didn't have to ask you.
He's got to come. He's cooking for us.
Oh, is he? Oh,
Yeah.
Can't wait for that.
He's talked the big rib game.
Is he? Yeah, Carolinas makes some good ribs, man. They got some good barbecue over there. I'm excited. All right, what we all talking about now?
So we do want to talk about your new show. Let's talk about Transformers Live.
Wow.
And I've been on for a couple episodes, and just want to discuss what prompted you to make that show, and where are you going to go moving forward?
Well, what really prompted me was I've already done, let's talk about Transformers. Basically, it was a kind of a question kind of thing where I would ask questions to the to my viewers, and they would respond in the comments and stuff, and I would respond back usually and everything. And I tried to respond as much as I possibly could, and just going back and forth. And you always sent me in questions, and I really appreciate it. And
I got it. I was inspired by MP Collector because he always sends in really good questions.
He does for Showercast, yeah. And then I was just thinking, I want to do a new segment, and I wanted basically at first I wanted to try to get a female to do it, have a female perspective, and go from there, and everything. So, but I had to settle for you. So
but he shaved for you now. So
if you know what I would do is I had to see if Lex will submit you anything. Because
I would love to have her on, both of y'all on Let's Talk About Transformers. But yeah, I reached out to Emily first over in UK. But congratulations, she is pregnant. So
yeah, I saw that.
So I'm really happy for her. And she's like, well, I'll be out of commission for a while. I'm like, why? She's like, and she showed me the picture, and I'm like, oh, well, that is so awesome. So I understood. So usually when Emily, me and her usually have good, back and forth conversations and everything. She's really cool. But then I was like, man, I want to still do this, but I don't know who I could. And then I was like, why don't I just ask Extra Zero? I mean, we, a lot of people are saying we have good chemistry, when we're talking back and forth already, and I was like, yeah, man, I'll definitely get him on. And I asked you, so you're like, heck yeah, let's do this. And so I was like, so basically it's just, a little question thing, I'm going to try to get T-Man. He sent a question. If he wants to get on, we'll definitely do one. And it's just basically, just a discussion question, and we usually a little about 30 minutes, what we've done both shows, not very long, and everything. I try not to keep it too long. And it's just something to, get people interested in, talking about Transformers and stuff. So that's why I came up with that idea.
Yeah, no, I thought the show's a lot of fun, and it's like I've already got some questions brewing. So
I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. Like I said, we have, me and you, we have really good chemistry and everything. We like Transformers, and I'm not saying nobody else does, either. But I'm just saying, me and you have basically the same taste in Transformers, I think, to be honest. Everything. So,
yeah, no, I mean, we both like Hasbro to the same extent. I think a lot of people kind of shelved Hasbro, and I think we had that discussion. Like I was feeling burnt out with Combiner Wars through Power of the Primes, and then when Siege came out, it really reinvigorated, my love for Hasbro, and made me glad that I stuck with them.
Yeah. I mean, that's with any line. You're gonna have your hits and you're gonna have your misses. And Tyrant Returns, I think, was a good upward swing. Powder Primes. I don't know. Combiner Wars, I think it was a good concept, but it just got played out. They just kept, redoing the whole same over and over.
Chart of all the remolds that
that's ridiculous. So, but I think the Siege line is really good. I was watching somebody doing a review of Prowl, and they saw, the artwork he has. they actually see like a little Trailbreaker in the background. I don't know if anybody noticed that. I'll have to go look again. But man, if they put out a Trailbreaker,
I'll be able to look at my artwork if Hasbro Pulse ever decides to ship it to me.
And I was talking about that. I ordered 3. I got the when they did the $10 ones, I ordered Ironhide, Prowl, and a 6-gun. Well, they sent me 3 different boxes. They sent me the wrong. They didn't send me 6-gun. They sent me Chromia, so I have an extra Chromia now. But it was weird. 2 of them came at the same time from a different place, and then one of them came by itself 2 days later from a different place. And I was like, it was just weird. I don't know. What did you order, T-Man?
Prowl and Chromia for $10. I missed up on.
They still haven't sent to yours yet?
No, I would have gotten it last week, but I had my old credit card information in there. I just updated. So the lady told me that it'll take up to 5 business days for them to try to recharge me. It had to be like 6 business days by now.
Wow.
Miriam, you're watching, just ship T-Man's Transformers. Just do it.
Yeah, Miriam.
Why don't you just say, don't you know who I am?
Hey, you were talking about Trailbreaker. Did you see the news today about the collector card game with the Trailbreaker card? The Transformers collector's card game? I'm wondering if that design is not going to be the same. It's like Private Trailbreaker or something like that. Or I'm betting that design is going to be probably a Siege design on there.
The card designs are all over the place. Sometimes they pull from classics and generations.
Oh yeah, they do different tiers and then like different levels or something like that. I don't know. If they did a Trailbreaker and a Hoist, I would be happy for that. I think that we need a new Trailbreaker and a Hoist as far as us.
Yeah, I agree.
Everything. So but Pulse. It was kind of sad. I was talking with Extra last night. I ordered them and then they were out in stores like a month later. Before I think they broke the street date, but they were out a month before I got my stuff.
Funny you mentioned street dates. We actually wanted to talk about those tonight because a lot of new Hasbro stuff's hitting the shelves, and I understand why street dates exist. They exist for a few reasons. First and foremost, they exist to kind of give all the retailers an even playing field. So the expectation of a street date is everybody gets the product, and so the small shops, the mom and pop shops, get the product the same time as the big box retailers. So there's no like, oh well, why do I need to go to my local comic shop when Walmart's going to have it first, when Target's going to have it first? But the other aspect too is street dates exist. We talked last week about toilers, where toys potentially can spoil a movie. So, there have been some Endgame toys that were potential spoilers for the movie, and those street dates make sense. I will always support those. So let the movie come out before you see things that potentially spoil the movie. But things like the Overwatch figures and the Power Rangers figures, and I know a lot of people got the new leader class Optimus Prime before everybody else, and I just kind of feel like street dates are kind of bullshit in the toy market today when they aren't spoiling anything, when they're pre-established characters, and I think it's a big shame when we go to a store, money in hand, we see something we want to buy, and we're told you can't buy it. I just want to say, what do you guys think about street dates? What do you think about the enforcement of it? Do you think that companies like Hasbro should reel some of those back in to compete with the online?
I can tell you for one thing is that I don't think those Power Ranger boxes had the street date on the box.
No, they didn't. Because
of the amount of times I found them in 2 different Targets. I know some of you guys found them as well. So those definitely weren't labeled for one thing. Because dude at my Target was like, oh, I wonder why these are out if they're street dated for like 5/1. This was
Now, when they're putting them on the shelf, aren't they supposed to scan it first?
Supposed to. But does anybody
with Power Rangers? I was wondering if those were street dated because Bandai had the license for a certain amount of time. So I was figuring, do they have to wait that out before Hasbro can legally put out product?
That's a good point. That's something
I don't think they would have been able to ship them. to the retailers without that being in place. I don't know.
I could see that because they're trying to get rid of the last of those legacy figures.
Yeah. But wouldn't it make more sense to wait till after they were done to avoid the potential for that?
You know what? Here's the thing, and here's the double-edged sword. I've had some time to think on this one. Because what's usually our first complaint about a figure line? How come
Scarcity.
over here has it, but other place doesn't?
Will it fit in my house? No, that's not. We don't complain about that.
I'm never buying a figure secondhand from you ever. Anyway, but we always complain about figure distribution. Hasbro distribution is not necessarily one of the most even things.
Yeah. Well,
honestly, what I think may have actually happened was people at Hasbro are like, okay, we're going to put this new line out. We're going to make sure everybody has it. Does this store have it? Does this store have it? Does this store have it? Yes, but the problem is then, yes, Mr. $10 an hour minimum wage guy's like, all right, I got to restock my section. Here's the box. Let me grab it and put it out there.
Especially if they got the tag up already. Target normally they have those sheets where they make them wait to put certain tags up. But those tags
the
are
planograms.
for 2 weeks.
So, I could see, I think they were trying to do is honestly, Hasbro's trying to do a clean rollout and make sure everybody had product. And it's just, dare we say it, some actual staff got ahead of their game trying to get their bonus in of showing efficiency and productivity and put them out there.
Well, I hate waiting, but it is cool to me when you go to the store and bam, everything's out like on Forced Fridays and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
All the new Star Wars are like right there. Or when they did the same thing for the Transformers movies. That is fun. But when you know that they're in the store and certain stores are releasing them before everybody else, that's when it gets annoying.
What's annoying is when certain stores are letting them go out and other stores aren't.
Yeah,
if it was
that's frustrating.
If it was a blanket universal, but I'm seeing the reviews up there. I actually just watched a White Ranger review this morning.
Typically, stores will follow suit. Like if they see Walmart let it go, then they'll be like, okay, release it.
Well, what I don't get is from someone that came up in retail and sales, how a store can actually have the programming in their system to where when you scan something, it says, "We're sorry, we can't sell this to you." Like, what the fuck ever happened to the customer's never wrong, and you never say no, I can't do that. It's always, if it's on the shelf and it's got a price tag on it,
right.
I'm sorry, I'm going to give you my $20 and I'm walking out the door with it.
Joe, you're the guy when it doesn't ring up, you're like, I guess it's free.
People complained about Toys R Us, but I've been able to do that at Toys R Us many times. Where if it was on the shelf, they were like, well, we got to give it to you.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you if you made a big deal like the GameStop man, if you did a deal like that, if you demanded to talk to the manager, you'd probably walk out with that Power Ranger.
So you're telling me
but he would make a viral video. That's all we need is a 40+ person complaining about not getting his Power Ranger toys. I'm sorry, that is not going to help our community at all.
Set collectors back.
That is true.
We're gonna have T-Mam 978.
It wouldn't help me. That's that whiny bitch that I wanted the Power Ranger.
Yeah, people are doing it. I've seen people going through the self checkout lanes and buying the Power Ranger stuff and everything.
Just scanning the Marvel Legends and calling it a day.
Now, on the other hand, if you guys want to borrow my 6-year-old, she'll throw the temper tantrum for you. Dirt cheap.
I bet you that's how people are doing that. They're probably walking there with a Marvel Legends and scanning it, throwing the Power Ranger in the bag because they go by the weight, right?
Yeah.
You can't scan like a freaking thing of candy and throw it in there. It's got to weigh something. And we're basically telling people how to steal. Sorry.
No,
but even worse, you go to 30% off.
Weigh the bag anymore.
I weighs the bag because whenever I do self checkout, it's always wrong, and it's like, please bag your item. I'm already fucking bagged item. I don't want to bag it again. Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm at Target, it doesn't weigh anything.
So if you go to Target and you take that 30% Namor that's in the end cap, that's actually going for $14.49.
Mm-hmm.
scan that for 3 times.
Yeah, you could do it.
Yeah.
And then just
But you
leave.
shouldn't do it.
You shouldn't do it. You're gonna stand there like Anakin Skywalker. I should.
Okay.
And then offer to sell it to me for $17 plus shipping, and we might have a deal.
Is he robot, or is that just me?
Those are two different schools of thought, though. Like, I absolutely agree with T that when they do Force Fridays, for us Star Wars fans, that's exciting to go out and have everything on the shelf at once. I also like to hear when reports are coming in of shit hitting locally at the different stores, or you go on the sightings forums and you see that people are starting to find stuff. That can be exciting too. Then all of a sudden the hunt is on. Everybody's then out the door. T-Man got his camera out. Looking down the aisle.
So this goes back to like what Deluxe and I talked about last night was, is the hunt fun anymore? And I made mention that it's like when you're not expecting to find stuff and you actually get to a brick and mortar store, like the day that the Siege stuff came out, I wasn't expecting to find it. And there, lo and behold, it was on an end cap in Target. And, you get like such a nice, like childlike high. It takes you back. And I think that's the thing is that, when you have street dates and you have, when people go to a store and find something, it's a rush and it's great and it's fun and it reminds you like why you like going shopping brick and mortar. But it really sucks when you're told, no, you can't buy this.
Yeah.
And then, to be fair, there's not many times, like we've said, that you get denied. This is actually the first time I've heard universally that people aren't allowed to buy it. Most of the time, like we've said, you can pretty much like
get away with it.
Get somebody to override or ring you up and go to town with it. But
once I heard it was universal, I didn't even bother going to Target. I didn't want to see it and not be able to get it.
Well, now that I know where that 30% off Namor is, I might consider that.
Yeah, I've seen a million posts on the Syndicate. Like, I appreciate everybody that posts there. Thank you. But it's like 50 posts with people finding the Power Rangers and they can't buy it. I'm like, okay, you knew that already. You should have.
Yeah, but it's not legit unless you get it on Facebook and put it on there. So
yeah,
if it didn't happen, if it's not on Facebook, so that's why it's on there.
Let me ask
you
you
know
this:
what a lot of people don't do? They don't read through the thread. Like the last 7 posts will be that same topic. They can't just add to that topic. They have to create a new topic.
Oh yeah.
So let me ask you this: like one of the things too that bothers me about street dates is like when you want something and you're told you can't get it, you're already there, your money in hand, and then now the next thing you're gonna have to contend with is the people that don't work and can afford to go to the store the day that they open May 1st, buy everything up, and now they're gonna be able to go online and scalp it.
That's always lovely.
Yeah. Like, I don't encounter too many scalpers in real life, but, I do go into stores a lot and see that the inventory is gone.
What do y'all think about the repackaging stuff? Like,
oh, God. Man, fuck those people. Fuck those. There's a dude that I know in the area is doing it, and, like, the day that I can prove him, to prove that he's doing it, I'm gonna, like, smear that motherfucker all over the place. Like, I'm not going to name names because I don't know if he watches, but I called him in GameStop one day and I was so close to proving that it was him. I even told, the founder of the DMV Action Figure Society that I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99.9% sure it's this one dude.
How many times you guys had this thought process? You just found your parking place at a Walmart or a Target, or in T-Man's case, you're just walking up to the Walmart or Target, and you're seeing some guy in a nerd shirt walking out with 2 bags. How many has the thought crossed your mind of what did he just snag that I missed?
Not necessarily.
Like you see like a Transformer shirt or the Deadpool shirt or.
Joe and I talked about this the last time we went to a store together. Like when I'm pulling up to a store that I'm planning on toy hunting in, I assume that all those motherfuckers that just pulled in ahead of me are all going to the same aisle looking for the same thing, and all of a sudden it is a foot race.
I don't care.
And those people couldn't have cared less. Like they're in for deodorant and shit.
A freaking rascal. She's going to freaking buy that freaking Siege figure.
It's not like you're gonna find somebody and then just shove you out of the way.
Yeah, I know. I finally get to the aisle, and my friend pushes me to the floor and takes the only Starscream.
Well, he used to be your friend.
That's that old friend of mine.
I'd kill for that security footage. I would so kill for that security footage.
I only felt like that at Toys R Us. And in a lot of cases, I used to be right.
The Columbia one.
When Masterpiece Soundwave came out, I was I'm going to be at the store before it opens. When I got there, it was a guy with 2 toddlers. I'm like, he's here for Soundwave. So, but I was like, those toddlers are going to slow him down. So I was nice, and I let him and the toddlers walk in.
You threw some goldfish down.
And then I zipped right around them and got to the aisle, and Soundwave was right there. So I picked it up. And it was another one there. But when he finally got to the aisle, he looked at me holding it, and you could see his face turn white. Like, is that the last one? And I was like, no, it's one right there.
Deluxe, can we get your impression of how you think it probably went down?
Oh, he pushed some kids. He pushed those kids down like it wouldn't even. Get the fuck out.
I wanted to in my mind.
I think he keeps some candy in his pocket, and he's like, "Hey there, kids, I got some candy in my pocket."
Let's not get creepy, Joe. Come on, man.
Yeah, right.
Have you seen
that
his
crossed the
collection?
line. Come on, Baldwin. Like that's the thing that crosses.
Yeah, that's
the line.
thing that crosses the line.
It was.
We're joking about a church burning down at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, we were.
For the record, it was the Jew who made that joke. So
he definitely pushed them because if a zombie apocalypse ever happens, the fat people are gonna get pushed down. First. Like me myself, we're just gonna get pushed all around and everything. Like, the fat one will get ate. I can get away. Yeah. And that's what he did to the kids.
We're gonna need you later for your sage-like advice, man. We're gonna save you. You need to be part of the resistance.
No, he's gonna be. He definitely pushed those kids down to get that sound wave.
No, on Walking Dead,
superior.
On Walking Dead, there weren't that many overweight or mentally challenged people.
Whoa! Why are you grouping them together?
No. Oh, that's true, man.
Excuse me.
That is the truth, man. You gotta live that. For that matter. You gotta live with the the rest of your life that you push those kids down to get a sound wave. That's
how I pushed them down in my mind. No, I was I didn't push them down because I was confident. I was like, they're gonna slow him down, and they sure did.
Mm-hmm.
So then, why did you push them down?
This is like turned into like an episode of Dr. Phil. Now, T-Man, why did you push those children down?
Because they didn't need Soundwave as much as I need.
Well, we've got that family in the studio audience today. Kid comes in. Is T-Man why we didn't have Christmas 2014, Daddy?
I saw Soundwave one time. I only saw Soundwave one time. I passed on it because I already had the car one. And I never saw the MP10. Luckily, one of my buddies around this area put one aside for me.
I never saw him. And I was asking the wrong people for him to watch out for MP10. I didn't know Zero though.
Yeah.
I never saw MP10 on the first run in North Carolina, nor did I ever see Soundwave.
I saw Grimlock one time also. It was in the clamshell one, I think. But like I already had the Takara one also on that one too. But I
actually saw Grimlock more than once, shockingly.
Same.
I didn't see him, man. I saw a lot of the Prowl. I think when he was a Toys R Us exclusive one of them.
I saw Bumblebee a lot.
Yeah, Bumblebee. I saw Bumblebee a lot.
He lived there.
Yeah, I saw him almost up until Toys R Us closed.
Yeah, I saw tons of Prowls and was there another one? What was another car? The Silver Streak or Blue Streak?
I think Blue Streak or Silver Streak was out there.
Yeah, I saw those.
Blue Streak.
So, but yeah, the hard ones, MP10, Soundwave. Yeah, they were really hard.
Got that year of the horse, right?
Everybody had that.
I got the Gears horse, yeah, both of them, the Starscream and the MP10 one. So, yeah.
You know, Thundercracker stayed around for a long time.
Really?
At Columbia Toys R Us. I saw him
Now,
for months.
Are you talking about the? Well, I remember the Walmart ones, man. I remember I got like Skyward for like $5. They discount those.
They never left.
Yeah, and they had an end cap of Skywards and Thundercracker. Starscream wasn't around very long.
No,
but I remember Skyward.
Starscream, when that Starscream came out, that paint was gorgeous, so it was worth it.
I still have them.
I have that too. Yeah.
I just sold mine a while ago.
Oh, Steven said Acid Storm. Yeah, I did see Acid Storm a lot in Toys R Us too.
And then it's funny.
Storm, but I saw
Like,
Acid Storm a lot.
Acid Storm goes for a pretty penny now.
Yeah, because there's nobody making them
Yeah.
anymore. But my Acid Storm sucked. I like Sunstorm. I thought Sunstorm was nice. The Takara one's really beautiful. It's got that nice bright yellow.
Yeah. Oh, Matt, when you when you come over, you're gonna have to check out my Takara Sunstorm.
Ooh.
Jellies.
You're going over there, Matt? You're gonna have a little party? Hey, party.
But it's not as nice as a Flame Toys Sunstorm.
That's right. Custom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They're gonna have a party in his pants. Hey.
If we want to be elitists about Sunstorm, I guess, you know.
Did anybody get the Make Toy Sunstorm on this panel? Did anybody to get on the?
No.
A lot of people are upset about that.
I didn't.
Snooze, you lose. I got 3 of them. No, I'm just kidding. $500 a piece.
Yeah, right. You're gonna do like one of those threads and just keep lowering it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do 610, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. 600, but
Yeah. Once something is way over retail, it doesn't exist to me. It's dead to me.
Hey,
I
T-Man,
don't care if I own it.
Voltron still exists.
He's got on pre-order.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For now.
but see, like T got to open up the Voltron, review it. He got it out of his system, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of savage, man. Look, you're dead to me. I don't care. Dead.
Like MP10, the Japanese version, and the US version. Once they went up to, it started out at $99. Once it got up to like 200, I'm like, forget it. I don't care if I ever own it.
I think MP10's still going for a pretty penny, man.
He does.
That's weird. And they put out that Ghostbusters one, and I think MP10 is the most recolored Transformer of all time.
Yes, it has to be.
Wow, that's wild.
Till they make the rounds with
Anybody
MP44.
getting that Ghostbuster one?
I want to, but I can't wrap my
I
head
think
around it.
it'll fall apart when you open
Just disintegrate. Like, oh. Yeah, I'm done with MP10s.
I was shocked. I was shocked how long the Asia reissue stayed at BBTS at 169
Yeah.
for years. And then people was acting like they didn't know. I was like, what is wrong?
Yeah. Well, people just sometimes they don't know. They just don't know.
So,
You know what I mean? Oh, well.
Start using Google.
Google Hangouts. Google Hangouts is awesome. All right. What else we got? Anything else? We're just going to play with toys and look at Joe's ball head and him playing with
I mean, that's always
What the hell?
the kids playing with Harley Quinn and is that Darkwing or what is it?
Goose.
Just trying to give us an in and Pornhub. That's all.
Nice.
$17, T-Man. $17.
Now let Joe upload it.
Have y'all uploaded on Pornhub yet? Y'all should.
We've been telling T that's where he needs to go. I mean, like Facebook has been treating him pretty well.
Oh, it has. He's
How's Pornhub going to do?
And as I said, I want just a vanilla review of Jazz.
Racist.
That's all I want. Is just a no, not like a hey, it's a Pornhub. I just want just a basic review of Jazz figure, because I get it. Those of you people who've watched the show have heard me say this. I want some guy going, huh? That's not what I was expecting when I looked up trans, but I want that toy.
He could.
I worry about my reputation, but then I see all the stuff that I don't want to get political. Never mind.
Pull a Tyler Durden in the middle of your generic review on Pornhub. Just have that one frame of a porn clip just flash like a big old dick right for like 1 split second. And they keep on going.
Fight Club, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of.
I'm just gonna start doing my reviews without my shirt. See how that does. See how that goes. Yeah. Nice wall, team, man. You got a nice little wall back there. White wall with Spider-Man and Bumblebee.
My weirdo Bumblebee.
Did somebody draw this?
Like, yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's like transforming into Optimus Prime over here because he had 4 fingers, that little smokestack thing, or that. I don't know what this shoulder cannon is about.
And then Randy Jackson autographed that picture.
Honestly, because it's like
he had to. That's all he had to sign was
resolution. I think it's like censored. Is there like a dick in that picture or something like that?
Oh yeah, you're resolution.
Yeah, right there it is.
It's Michael Bay.
Oh shit, he does have a dick.
You never know.
Yeah, your resolution.
He had to pee out of something on John Turturro.
Yeah, he popped the gas cap off.
And Joe just called your resolution trash.
I am so happy Michael Bay is out. I am so happy Michael Bay is out.
Cross, man, he kept Transformers alive for 10 years.
But that's the thing. Like, would you now that like Travis Knight has come back and reinvigorated it?
He's done.
Well, he's been doing interviews.
Oh, has he?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you sipping out a little sippy cup?
Deluxe, though, you say that like an abuse victim. Like, just because that's what we got doesn't mean that's what we deserved. I mean, it could have been better. They're just take what they give you, man.
Hashtag Me Too movement. Are we doing that?
Yeah.
It was an abusive relationship. It was, but I'm not saying that I wanted to keep Bay going. I just give props to Bay what he did for Transformers, and a lot of people will say, whatever, but he did make Transformers relevant for a while, and and brought it to a broader spectrum for for fans and stuff. So that's what I do. I tip my hat to Michael Bay. I'm glad he's gone, but I'm glad what he did for Transformers.
I mean, mainstream audience did eat it up.
You know what Michael Bay did? He made one of my poor ex-girlfriends every couple of years wonder what's going on in my life. Oh, a Transformers movie. Dave would have liked that. I wonder what he's doing.
You stayed relevant to your ex-girlfriend. That's good, man.
But Hasbro wanted them to be movies anyway, so if they would have hired a different director, I think we would have had the same effect.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I would have given props to that guy, too. I'm just... people want to crap on Michael Bay and everything, and he's laughing all the way to the bank and snorting coke off of dead hookers' asses. So that's.
So Fox kept X-Men relevant doesn't mean it was a good thing.
Well,
how much influence did Michael Bay actually have on the writing and the story?
I think he got to make the final say on
he
characters.
actually helped write because there was a writer strike for. So he actually helped the writing for Revenge of the Fallen. So I'm sure he had a lot of say, towards that.
Yeah. But Revenge of the Fallen was one of the first movies where I was about to just walk out of there.
I like Revenge. It wasn't that bad.
Like after Optimus Prime died, I was like, ugh.
I just don't know what happened in that movie.
That's me in The Last Night.
The Last Night was a movie where you didn't know what was happening.
They didn't know what was happening.
I don't think the actors. I don't think Wahlberg just showed up and said, "Yeah, just pay me." Anthony Hopkins was just like, "This is my legacy." Yeah.
Like
how Shia LaBeouf was acting in Part 3 when he's like, yelling and screaming. And in The Last Night, that was every character.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what people like? People screaming.
Like Cogman seemed so interesting, but he was all over the place.
Man, when he beat them fishes to death, man, that was awesome, man.
Yet never transformed.
I don't even remember. I'm gonna have to force myself to watch it again.
Biggest sin of all the Transformers movies. Not once, not in any of those movies did they ever play the actual Transformers theme song.
Yeah, or you got the touch.
Until
Bumblebee. Until Bumblebee.
Yeah. What got me was like the scenes, the scene in last night where they recycled the footage from Revenge of the Fallen, where the submarine was driving over Megatron or going past Megatron's corpse, and no one bothered to crop Megatron's corpse out of that scene in the last night.
Well,
Wow.
the
Was that
aircraft.
before- Go ahead.
I was gonna say the aircraft carrier was the same aircraft carrier from
Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor.
Yeah,
Was that before or after they had that full dinner on board the sub that was from food that
Yeah, I don't
came
remember
from
Megatron
somewhere?
I don't remember. I don't remember that Megatron showed up in that. That they did take his.
you see like the silhouette of his corpse from.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I'm going to go watch it. Damn it! I think you're lying.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're lying. Extra. Don't be looking up on Pornhub. Come on now. So, I'm sorry. I tried to toot Michael Bay's horn. I didn't mean to rile y'all up a little bit. Sorry about that. What else we do?
Michael Bay is fine. He's fine.
He's all right. He's fine. He'll be all right.
Oh, he'll be all right all the way to the bank.
Oh yeah.
We will all be all right.
Y'all will be all right too, man. How y'all
Michael
been?
Bay never has to work again, probably.
Oh, he will. How y'all been? Y'all been okay? I haven't been on here in a while. Y'all been all right?
We've been great.
All right.
I
We've
lost
been
this
missing
raffle
you.
for Jet. I lost this raffle for Jetwing.
Did you?
Yeah, I heard somebody won that. Somebody
A Buster
Didn't you?
Skywing. Sorry.
T-Man? T-Man, you win something?
Man.
Good job, man. You won that Spider-Man on your wall.
I wish.
He's so lonely. Why don't you put something else up there, man?
You
It's like he's up there by himself.
got a Green Goblin you can have floating up there next to him or something.
Yeah.
Have to
And
decide.
Part-timer, why are you not at Disney, man? You should be at Disney, man.
You should put a
How do you
Gwen.
know I'm not?
You should put a Gwen Stacy figure next to that Spider-Man. I heard she really fell for him.
That's where it is. It's on the floor.
She's on the floor right now.
She landed head first.
Nice.
Wow.
She hit the floor. Next thing you know, that shorty got low.
Y'all are mean, man. Gwen Stacy was a wonderful woman.
Keyword was.
She made a real impact on Peter's life.
Now she's a flat.
A horrible one.
What else y'all got? Are we done?
I
Can we
mean,
start singing
Yeah, we done.
Yeah.
I think we.
Joe, for Christ's sake, just put it on your shelf.
Oh, the
man.
NECA Mogwai? Yeah, I got that thing. That's a weird little thing.
Do they scale with the Gremlins, or is he too big?
I don't have.
He's
Yeah.
feels right.
On the
He's
topic of NECA, Alexa, we talked about that last night. That the NECA sections in Target seem to be drying up. Are you guys seeing that?
Yes.
No.
Like I don't see any horror figures anymore at all. They're all. I may see one. I've seen that the Gizmo, and one of the Jasons. I may see. That's it.
It is the only thing I really see. Is
They just restocked a ton of Predators at mine and the new Alien.
Oh, did they?
I never did see Michael Myers though.
Yeah, I never did.
Target only Mills has a lot. Of NECA.
That's good, man.
NECA's wax and wane, but I've got a feeling NECA's are going to stay strong at Target. I mean, they're making too much money. The product, if it's empty, that just means the product is moving out. And yes, they need to restock.
I don't believe that at all, man. I went to 3 Target yesterday and they had nothing. Maybe on y'all side on the East Coast will be good, but there's a lot. I'm in a bunch of a couple of NECA groups, and they are having trouble finding stuff because they're just not stocking up anymore. And like I said to Extra, that one of those stores didn't even have the NECA sign on there. They just took it off. And it was nothing.
I think it's worth reaching out to NECA. I know they're pretty responsive on Twitter and seeing if there's any changes to their partnership with Target.
We should get one of their guys on the show.
Should.
They have a program that they have like what's it called?
Ambassador.
Yeah, ambassador. They have an ambassador program. I don't know if they have one around here, but there are people that are ambassadors to some of the stores and stuff.
I mean, I could not see why they would pull from Target when their stuff sold. I mean, they made more money in the last 2 years probably than they ever could have at Toys R Us.
And
Definitely more
hasn't
that-
been a year yet, has it?
No. And all their stuff is sold. I mean, they've reissued, and I've seen the Terminators back that you really should have picked up, T-Man. Seriously, that Ultimate T1000, I mean T800, everyone should own.
Why didn't you get one, T-Man?
I didn't like his face.
That sounded like Chadwick Boseman doing the Black Panther voice rather than Arnold.
You don't like your face.
You're trying to do a. I didn't like the face. Come on.
Nate is in the Bastard First store, and they still don't do shit to fix it. Well, Nate, the man, tell him who you are. Like, you know who I am? Nate Simmons. Come on,
I
man.
am the Syndicate
Won't
Santa.
they give you $5?
Yeah, send me $75. I'll stop it.
You know, it's funny. Like our friend of the show, Kevin Womack guy, I talked to him about it. And he mentioned that his Targets, they've always got like the cart parked in front of the neck, like that big tall cart for restocking. Yeah, and it's always obstructing the NECA section. And I've heard that from a lot of other people.
I've seen it a couple times.
I have that on a ton of my videos because me and Kevin go to the same store.
You should collaborate and stop, vibrate, and listen.
I always, I
don't
don't know how many times I just bumped into Kevin and he just winds up being a co-star by accident.
So I am seeing the McFarlane Game of Thrones stuff at Target.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
I've seen those too, yeah.
Saw that dragon a couple times.
Yeah, fuck that dragon.
I took that thing back.
It's too small.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Now, if they make the Elmo figure, that'd be kind of cool.
Man, get out of that mess, Elmo figure. Get out of here.
Yeah, have you guys seen that? HBO did a thing where Elmo was talking to Cersei and Tyrant Lannister, teaching him respect.
We can't afford
I mean, I saw the thing where Kermit the Frog was doing a Cersei impression.
Man, we can't afford HBO. I can't afford HBO, man. I ain't got that money like y'all do.
Yeah, that's why you do like the free previews for HBO Go and you just use a different email address every month.
True.
They can't stop you.
I've never watched an episode of the show.
I don't make that YouTube money. YouTube money like T-Man does. Get that money.
Oh, I wish.
You know who you should collaborate with your toy hunts?
Oh.
There you go.
Whoa. Don't be showing dick pics. Dude.
It's Kermit. He's spreading.
Have you ever reached out to Scotty to do some collaborations?
T and Scott actually talk.
Shut the front door.
No comment.
You see, he's no comment, but he's not going to say no.
What? T-Man. Man, I had much mad respect for you.
Oh, no.
T-Man.
I recently blocked him.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Because it was cool too.
No, yeah, because he wanted to collaborate, and Scott said, "No, I'm good."
He's gonna let you into that cool intro of his.
Yeah, he's gonna give me like a 30-minute intro. Man. Nah,
I will probably be a permanent face on the beginning, like I'm in every episode.
Oh man, I think that's the first time I've seen Nathan cuss. He's just fuck Scott on his pride.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucking yeah. But
Has he actually put any materials out? I know his brother spoke out for him on his channel.
Are you sure it was his brother? Are you sure it just like wasn't him wearing a latex mask?
Well, I could understand everything the guy said.
I barely could.
Latex.
It's about the toys, and he's here to produce content. So if you don't like it, don't watch it.
Yeah, but I can't get back.
Does this channel still exist?
No, I mean his channel exists, but there's no content there.
Oh.
Yeah, his original channel got banned or whatever, or taken off and everything.
It should have been.
He started putting like kids' information out on YouTube, and
Yeah.
then he'd like delete the videos. He's like doxing kids.
I heard.
And I know Google has some type of record of it, even if you delete it.
Yeah,
I heard he was actually buying subs too. So
Yep.
using a
What?
sub bot.
yeah, I was wondering. I was like, why am I not? Man, why does he have more subs than I do? I was like, I was really upset about that shit. I was like, what the?
If he
me
was
both.
doing that, it wasn't working because he had like 1,000 subscribers
Yeah, but
since
no views.
I started.
Yeah, like 30 views every video and shit. Like, what?
Yeah.
I don't.
Somehow he still had more views than I did, and that's why I got out of the game.
You're not as good as him, so
apparently I'm not.
You're good,
Matty
man.
Baldwin with the honest truth. Tough pills to swallow.
I'm sorry, man. I'm salty. I apologize for that.
You are salty tonight. What's up, man? Like, you need to. What's going on?
That should be
need a massage or something. What's going on here, man?
I did SU tonight, so it always gets me all up. Up.
You want to talk about Star Wars? We can talk about Star Wars.
Star Wars. We didn't actually talk about Star Wars tonight, man.
Really? The
No.
Mandalorian trailer came out. And you guys didn't even talk about that?
No, we talked more.
We didn't even talk about the episode 9 trailer yet.
Can we play the episode 9 trailer and see who breaks into tears first?
Matt.
Roll it again.
No one's ever really gone.
Yeah. No, we really didn't touch on Star Wars much. We mainly it was like political. Y'all heard about that girl that dressed up over in Lithuanian. She was like Twitter. She uses Twitch or something. Is it Twitch? Yeah, Twitch account. And she, painted her body. I guess she basically did, blackface for, one of her favorite characters, and she got banned for a month and everything. When she was over in Lithuania. How do you say it?
Lithuania.
I said lithium. Golly.
Lithium batteries are nice.
She got banned, but she was saying, she didn't know because she was in another country. And
I didn't know dressing up as Mr. Popo was racist.
Well, it was one of the Fortnite or Overwatch.
Overwatch.
One of the characters. She was just paying homage to her and everything, and they were just we was talking about that stuff, and it was weird. It was just
in
like
certain countries, I can imagine that not having the same culture as we do.
Yeah,
they don't know about our little our past history, what has happened and everything, which was
Right.
bad. Doing that is stupid, but I think moving toward doing it for like a character that you adore, you're not really doing it for racist.
It's intention, right? It's whatever your intention's doing it.
I don't care. I love Mace Windu to death. I'm not dressing up as him.
Most
yeah,
people
you don't want
won't.
to shave your head.
You can pull it off, Dave.
Most people won't, and everything, but I don't think it's, if you want to show your love for a character, I think it's, I don't know. It's a touchy subject, but, she got banned from Twitch for like 30 days or something. And she just didn't know. She was a young girl, just didn't know anything about it. She just wanted to show homage to her, one of her favorite characters. And, we talked about that most of the night. And we talked about Transformers, I guess.
Well, I will say this. When the episode 9 trailer ran, Matt and I were both watching the forum, and just the second it finished, I was texting him. I'm like, dude, the laugh.
I want to talk about that too. Can I say something about that? I talked with Bobby B about that. He think it's a recording. They find the Death Star, and that I don't think it's really going to be him. It's just going to be like a recording.
They got freaking Ian McDermott on there to go roll it again.
I think it's going to be
They
him.
can't do that again.
I think it's going to be him. Y'all want to hear my theory on what's going to happen?
Well,
Sure.
So my theory is that Palpatine, because here's the deal, in Solo they made it canon that Darth Maul survived getting cut in half and falling down a fucking reactor. So Palpatine merely got tossed down a reactor shaft. I think that his hatreds kept him alive, and I know the EU stuff's gone, but they had so many characters in the EU where their hatred kept them alive, and I think he's been pulling the strings. And basically been a puppeteer. I think Snoke was just Palpatine pulling the puppet strings. And then I also think that they're going to explain Rey being this overpowered character. They're going to try and make, all the people that think Rey's a Mary Sue, well, we're going to make it come full circle. Rey is the reincarnation of Anakin, and that's why his Force Ghost isn't there. And Palpatine, they confirmed in the comics that Palpatine is actually Anakin's father. I think that he used the same method to create a new apprentice and basically just took the Force Ghost to Anakin and put it in a womb, and that's where Rey came from. And
I think that he was also maybe a clone.
Pulling off a Dark Empire.
Yeah, because they did the whole Anakin and Palpatine clone in the EU, and I think that they're just going to take that beat. I think they're going to take Rey, and everybody will be able to accept Rey. if she is a reincarnation of Anakin Skywalker, it would make sense. It would make sense why she's so powerful, why she understands lightsaber combat, why she had the reaction to Anakin's lightsaber that she had, you know. And then, of course, go ahead.
No,
I was gonna say, if she is the reincarnation of Anakin Skywalker, it would make the revelation for Kylo Ren, like when he's like, "Oh my God, the guy that I worship, it's you," and you know that'll shatter his world, and that'll be like the big like twist moment, the revelation moment for the character. And
you don't want her to be Han and Leia's kid?
I don't think it's going to happen because it makes no sense.
Now, you mentioned Leia. I will say one of the cool things, if you guys watch the interview with J.J. Abrams, Leia is going to be in the movie, and what they did was they took footage that was not used from The Force Awakens, and worked on not the Jedi, but The Force Awakens.
Sorry, you're right. Yeah,
and they're working and they're incorporating that footage, so she is not going to be CGI, and I absolutely love that.
And that's my theory as to why some people were bitching that her outfit is almost the same as it was in Force Awakens, and that's my theory as to why that is, because it has to match that footage.
Which is
hating the fandom. Like, why are people complaining about that? Like, I'm not a super duper Star Wars nerd, but
about something.
Yeah.
Why is it a problem that Rey is that powerful? Like, I'm not a super duper Star Wars nerd, but when I watched it, I didn't give a crap. I just enjoyed the movie.
About that?
Yeah.
I was happy that she had the power. Who cares?
Now, what I'm hoping is that since the whole, Solo stuff and everything got canned, that we get Maul back. I want more Maul. Damn it.
You won't see Maul back.
Maybe in the TV series.
If he's in The Mandalorian, I
don't think you'll see
take
Maul.
my money. Take my money.
I think he's dead by then.
Yeah, I think this is all going to be about the Skywalkers. It's going to be the last one, and they're going to close the book on the Skywalkers.
In that Mandalorian trailer, I saw like one of the first creatures they showed looked like whatever General Grievous is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course, that will have to be a different one, because isn't this further into the future or something like that?
It takes place a small amount of time after Return of the Jedi. I think it's a time frame after Return of the Jedi, but before the Battle of Jakku, before the Imperial Armistice was signed to end the galactic fighting.
It's actually 3 days after Return of the Jedi. So 3 days spanned. We got 1 day for one movie, 1 day for the next one, and then this last one is the third day from Return of the Jedi. So
I'll take that as official confirmation. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm rubbing my nipples.
Blew it up, fellas. We're doing it.
I'm rubbing my nipples. All right. Good show. Good show, guys. Let's
I think once the nipple gets rubbing, I think that's a good show. Yeah, that's a spot to end on.
Let's speaking of wrapping it up.
Oh, you always got to wrap it up with some of these girls, man.
I know. Speaking of lubing it up.
Whoa.
I know.
That was a little too far there, man. Silky smooth.
Actually, I will read buddy Chuck. He said, it's not the fact that she's so powerful. The problem is that there's no build-up, no character development. Getting that strong and being that strong is freaking awesome. I'll agree. I mean, I think one of the things that I like about Dragon Ball is that you do have interesting characters, but they do have, even Dragon Ball, just very simplistic storytelling. They always find a way to explain why a character is the way they are. And
Dragon Ball has 1 million episodes to build that up when a movie is only an hour and 40 minutes.
I think the point that they're trying to come across here with Rey and Kylo Ren was that they're opposite sides of the same coin. That as his power, like that's her power is at a certain level because his power is at a certain level. That's what they're going for. That they're kind of the mirror image of each other.
possibly.
That's how I felt they were trying to play it off. That she is him, and I don't know.
They still have to get back to the whole "show me what you showed me before" thing. That was plot thread. That
show me what you got.
Yeah,
well, Luke never taught her the third point that he was going to teach her in The Last Jedi. So
what? Third point.
Yeah, he said she'll get 3 lessons, and she only ever got 2.
Oh, she got gypped.
She did.
The first one was drinking the blue milk, and then
I'll show you mine. I'll show you yours.
He never taught her how to make the blue milk.
Nobody needs to know how to make that blue milk. Come on, man.
You stick the jar.
Blue milk.
The Heisenberg process.
Stick the jar on the titty monster, and then you get your blue milk.
Well, that monster gave green milk, so let's not get confused.
That's why I said it's the Heisenberg method.
Weird shit.
Yeah, I could have done without that scene.
Yes.
And then, I'm a big fan of The Last Jedi, but he did have to,
Get that shit-eating grin on his face.
Yeah, but then right after that, he takes the pole and he vaults over the open chasm to the other side of the wall, and then stabs the fish with the pole that's in the same fucking position it was in when he leaped across before. So what are you leaping across for, Luke? Are you just trying to impress us? What's your deal here, buddy? He didn't change position of the fishing rod. He just did a fancy ass leap.
There we go. Get on, Matt. Tell him, Matt. Tell him how it is, man. Say, what's your dealio, man? I don't understand what you're doing.
It can't be the Force because he wasn't using the Force.
Yeah, he wasn't using the Force.
Maybe he's just really, really into parkour.
I will go with that.
I like that.
I like Joe's explanation.
Who isn't into parkour, man? I wonder who's smoother, the top of Joe's head or Extra Zero's face.
Probably my face right now.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. My balls are going to, after this podcast, I'm going to have my balls drop.
Wait. Okay.
With that, we're wrapping the show.
All right. Well, let's wrap this. Let's get some weary ass. I want a special thank you to our buddy Deluxe Baldwin joining us.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fuck Star Wars.
I agree. He didn't even ask if I was going to TFCon.
Yeah. Fuck Star Wars and fuck Shattercast.
No, man, the rest of Shattercast is fine.
And apparently, fuck asking True Starscreamer if he's going to TFCon.
Are you going to TFCon, True Starscreamer?
Not with your attitude.
Oh. Yeah,
Stay at home and make another rack of ribs.
I'll come get you. We'll cook some ribs together, man. It'll be all right. I want to play with their toys. All right.
So I'm sure everybody knows they can find you on SCU.
Oh, find me. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you once again for having me on. I had a great time. I'm sorry I came in a little late.
That's fine.
Went over a little bit. Yeah, you can find me on Shattercast Uncut, if we're still doing the show. I am on Hell Has Reviews. Go check that out. I just did another round 30. Had a Kato's from Kato's Toy Box Reviews. Really good. I'm doing stuff with Extra Zero and maybe even T-Man. If, I'm small potatoes, towards him, but, I'm hopefully he'll come on my show. I'm working on it. But thank you very much. And you find me on Instagram and on Twitter at hell_Hasbro_reviews and Facebook and all that stuff under Matthew Baldwin or all that good stuff. And thank you very much. Love y'all guys like step cousins, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure having you on tonight.
Thank you.
Next on the list, True Starscreamer. You've got some cool photography. You got some figures that a lot of people are anxious to see. Where can people check all that out at?
I can hit my Instagram at True Starscreamer, and that is TRU Starscreamer. And yeah, right. The Overwatch sets are up, so you can see those.
Ooh.
And of course, you can catch me on the Facebooks, David Lutwack, on PlayStation Network, counting down 1 week till Mortal Kombat. True Starscreamer. My challenges will be open, and of course, every Thursday, except apparently next Thursday, with these fine gentlemen.
Yes, next Thursday we are off. Unless
Dave, you are free to do a monologue, man.
I wonder why y'all off.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be
Joe.
Jordan wants to go to the movie and say, "Yep, I sold that one. Yep, sold that one. Yep, that figure works anymore. Yep."
Oh, it's not gonna be that bad.
It's gonna be this. God damn it! I gotta buy that one. Damn it! Gotta buy that one.
Faith restored. Now I gotta buy my collection back again.
We've got a fish head here that's taking the place of Joe Crab.
That's right. And you can find me here on Thursdays. And if I don't have any fantastic photography, but if you're into mediocre photography, you can find some of those on the Figure Action Podcast Instagram.
I'm your guy.
And that's about it.
Parts Former, how about you?
I just realized that Soundwave can hold Ravage by the scruff. And I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that is cool. I have to do that. I'm a copycat.
And that's where you can find me, apparently, is
Being held by the scruff?
being held by the scruff.
You and your
I'm
wife,
part
man.
owner on Xbox and Instagram and Twitter and here. That's all. I won't drag it up.
And you know him, you love him. You probably clicked on some of his videos. And just in case you don't know how to Google T-Man978.
Click video.
Then something's wrong with you. But I am T-Man978, no spaces, no dashes or underscores on everything, pretty
Including
much.
Pornhub.
Yes, find me there, except on Pornhub. But I have a different name on Pornhub because I don't want you to find me.
It's Agent Jizz.
Yeah.
D-Man978.
You know what? It's probably somebody with that screen name too. Don't harass that guy.
Autobot Jizz.
Where are you at, Daryl?
As for me, you can find me here with this cast every Thursday, with the exception of next Thursday because we're off. But most Thursdays at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Pacific Time. You can find me in the Facebook groups as James Jordan. You can find me on Instagram as Extra Zero. You can find me on Twitter at The Original Zero. Of course, PlayStation Network and Xbox Live as Extra Zero. And of course, I'll be playing Mortal Kombat 11 on the PlayStation Network. So if you want to challenge me, I'm going to be up for it. Anyway, that does it for tonight. Again, special thank you to our guest Deluxe for popping in. It's been a pleasure, and hope everybody has a good night. So we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Bro.
Good night, everybody.
Play you.
Good night.